found an interesting clip of a young man bringing lightsaber chopsticks out of his bag and onto the table during a sushi date. Now, the women in the comments said they loved it so much, but do they really? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, or welcome to Uncle ABL, and in today's video, we got to talk about this really interesting clip that is making its way all over the interwebs of a young guy bringing lightsaber chopsticks to a sushi date out on the table, and even offered a young lady a pair to use for herself. Now, if you read in the comments, you see all the women, oh, this is great, I love this, more of this, all this, that, and the third. But that's not really true. It is not really true at all. What they're doing in the comments is virtue signaling, trying to be the bigger person, trying to be some kind of righteous, high and mighty, holy individual. But in real life, if a guy brought out lightsaber chopsticks to a date, they would be instantly turned off. Instantly turned off. And one thing you're going to see in the comments, and even hear from the guy who's going to comment on it, shout out to Jordan the Stallion, one thing you'll hear is not what you really want to hear if you go on the first date. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the actual clip. Now, I have a couple of clips. The first one is going to be the whole lightsaber kerfuffle, but then we got another one that's going to tie the whole point home of the good guy, because that's what this is all about. Good guy, bad guy, regular. That's kind of what it all boils down to. Let's go ahead and check it out. And of course, shout out to Jordan the Stallion on Instagram for this first video.
Recording my date as soon as I noticed some red flags. And right before our sushi came, he pulled these out. He told me they were chopsticks with a Star Wars reference.
So I'm gonna get a little pause, a little freeze frame so you can see. He has lightsaber chopsticks. He brought them out of his bag and brought them to the date. Alrighty.
It was super weird, and he even brought some for me, but I said no.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is definitely the type of date that would be unforgettable. Come here. I'm having a hard time seeing the red flags. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't see red flags, I just see red lightsabers, and that seems pretty cool. If I was on a dinner date and somebody brought chopstick lightsabers, right, we're not eating the food, we're having mini lightsaber battles at the table. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, right, I was trying to do more research on this. These are called Jedi sticks. They come in the colors of red, blue, pink, purple, and green. And I guess this was made by somebody that just wanted to eat food in a fun way, and I don't blame him, because
All right, Jordan. So I like you. You got good content. But look, you're talking about having many lightsaber battles, and it's so cool. You're making cute little jokes and whatnot. And I'm going to read some of these comments. I ain't going to show you their names. I'm going to just read some of the comments, okay? She's a red flag, and he dodged a bullet. That's a woman saying that. And it has 64,000 likes. 64,000 likes for that one comment. Another one. And I'm sorry for the freeze frame, Jordan. Let me get you. There you go. That's a better freeze frame. Another one says the force is not with her. 35,000 likes. Another one, the red flag is recording your first date and trying to make someone feel shame for being cooler than you. Okay. And here's another one. She's a red flag. He dodged a bullet. I see red flags on her side of the table. I'm honestly disgusted by her. Red flag. These are women that are making these comments. But look, can I tell you something? Can I tell you a secret? Let me just come back. Then we're going to come back again for the other video. Let me tell you a quick secret. Women actually don't like stuff like that. I would never bring some toys, because that's basically what that is. I'm not bringing no toys on the date. And check it out, though. You know what? There's one thing I didn't say out of the comments that I read, out of what Jordan said. There's not one thing that was spoken that's hot. That's sexy. I'm turned on. You're not going to get that from that. What you're going to get from that is friendly vibes. Oh, you're my brother. And they really mean it. It don't be one of the brothers they fornicate with. Nah, you're my brother. I would never. We're such good friends. I could talk to you for 8 hours a night. You're going to be that guy if you do stuff like that. That is childish behavior. Like, if you are a parent and you have children, that'd be fun for them. Look. If I have a son and he's 7 years old and he enjoys Star Wars and he wants to go to McDonald's and eat chicken tendies and whatnot with his little lightsaber chopsticks, yeah. But you're a grown man. I don't know how old they are. This guy got to be probably 20 something. Listen, let me just say you this before we get to the next video. If you're dating a woman who's like 25, 26 and moderately attractive today, she's done everything. I ain't talking about just sexually. That's by the time they get to be out of college, they done everything sexually. I'm talking about they've done everything. They've been all over the world, traveled. They done been on a yacht, boats. They done flown all over the world. They'd have been to the Cherry Blossom Festival in Tokyo, Japan. They done everything. Moderately attractive. They done it all. Here you come with a pair of toy lightsabers on the first date. You have on a regular gray t-shirt, lightsabers. You might as well have a book bag and a little hat with a little spinning flag on it, a pinwheel on top of your hat. Then it's the menace. That's pretty much what you are. You're like a little brother, a little boy when you do stuff like that. So they'll tell you that they like it, but it's like the way that women will like stuff like that is watching their kids open gifts on Christmas morning. It makes them feel nice and warm and fuzzy and whatnot, but it doesn't give them what you want, which is the romantic desire. It does not give them that. It is the exact opposite of that. Now, we got another video right here. This I wanted to see. It kind of piqued my interest. I want to check it out. I've not watched much of this, but I want to see it here. I want to see what's going on. You see the caption, choose the nice guys. All right, let's go ahead and check this out and see what we got going on.
I love telling people that I like nice guys because they just get so confused. They're like, oh, what's your type? And I'm like, I like nice guys. And they're just like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about? You like nice guys? Like, it doesn't make sense to them. But what doesn't make sense to me is why more women don't go for the nice guys. Because girls complain all the time on TikTok and to their friends about having bad dating experiences and just like being treated badly, or like this guy turned out to be a jerk or like a douchebag. But it's like they're not looking for someone to be a nice person or a good person as like a prerequisite for someone to be with them. It's like not a requirement. And like after the qualification of looks, because we're both men and women, like you have to like be hot to them to even be of like interest. But like beyond that, like the things that women mention that they're looking for is like someone who's like tall or like 6'5", blue eyes and finance, like that kind of man, like someone who has a good job or just like has a nice car. Like it's all these external things that has nothing to do with like who they are as a person. And honestly, like the type of car someone drives and like how much money they make is not a predictor of like how that relationship is going to go or like how that guy is going to treat you. And at least for me, the way I see it, I'm someone who's very particular about who I exchange my energy with. And I'm fully aware that there are a lot of messed up people out there and that men are capable of a lot of violence and mistreatment and discrimination towards women, which is why I'm attracted to nice guys. And I like them as nice as...
Now, define nice. What does this mean? Because this is kind of a loaded term. Because you can talk about guys of high quality, respectful people, guys that are going to do the right thing and they're not going to lie and they're going to just be stand-up guys, not necessarily nice guys. Put it to you this way. There's a lot of guys I know in prison that are really, really good people. They're not nice people, and you never know why they're in prison. They could have been doing something they should have been doing. It could have been mistaken identity, self-defense. It could be anything. You never know what's going on, but it's a lot of guys like that in the penitentiary. They're not nice guys in the way of bringing some chopsticks to some lightsaber chopsticks, doing childish things. They're not going to also be a pushover. But sometimes what women want, when they say they want nice guys, they want guys that they can control, that they're somewhat attracted to, or guys that they can control that don't mind if they do other things on the outside. Like a non-monogamous, a new thing that's really popping up right now, ethical non-monogamy. And they want a good guy, quote unquote, for that. That's code for, I want you to be the provider, pay all the bills, while I go out here and fornicate with whoever I want. That's really going on right now today. Even if she's not doing that, when she says she's looking for the nice guy, a lot of times what they're looking for is a guy to control. Their idea of what a nice guy is kind of warped, and our idea of what a nice guy is kind of warped. Let me let her continue, and then I'll kind of expound on that.
Nice as they come, like when they're really cool and nice and normal when they're talking to you and they're not like playing mind games or like ego tripping the whole time, and when they have had the same group of friends forever because they don't do anything whack, and when they have like a good relationship with their parents and they have a good reputation in all the spaces they occupy, like school and work and like social circles, and when you can just tell that they like have their head and their heart in the right place and they like want to do things for people, and like they act in ways that are kind, like they help old people carry groceries to their car, like I don't know, like you can always tell. And for all the girls watching this video, I promise there are guys out there who are super nice and also super hot. And if you aren't wasting your time caught up with some immature asshole, you're going to be available when those guys stumble across your path. So good luck. Wow.
Okay, so that was a pretty good ending to that. That was a pretty good ending. So she kind of expounded. She's like, well, guys that just do right things, because I'm the kind of guy, I see somebody, elderly person, I'm not going to, I'll help them. Hey, man, do you need anything? Sorry, do you need anything? I'm that kind of guy, help them across the street. I'm that guy. I'll do that 100%. But I don't consider myself to be a nice guy, because what a lot of women are looking for, I think, is different than what she described. They're looking for the pushover that is somewhat attractive. She's talking about, nah, I want the alpha dog, the guy that's hot, all this, that, and the third, but is of good character, which is a good distinction. And I think that is what I was kind of alluding to, which was the warped definitions of this term, good guy. Good guy does not mean you are 35 years old, but behave as a little boy still, and you're just kind of like a likable person, but not somebody that is of any romantic interest. Oh, there's Jim. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. But anybody going to say, hey, Jim is hot. That's one thing. And then the other thing, some women think the nice guy will just do whatever you tell him. A henpeck, basically, happy wife, happy life. One of those guys that's subservient. What you should want, and I don't want to say the term nice guy anymore. I just want to say, as a man, what you should be as a man is honorable, dependable, intelligent, make good decisions, and a leader. These are good qualities to have. And a lot of times when you're talking about height, as I close, a lot of people, not just women, a lot of people look to a taller person as having those qualities of a man automatically. Leadership and honorability. They look at him as having that automatically, which is why the majority of our presidents have been 6 foot tall. I think Jimmy Carter, RIP, was the last guy who was below 6 foot at 5'10". But all of them, HW, Trump, Obama, Slick Willie, they all been above 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2", because the taller you are, the more you're seen as a leader within reason. If you're too tall, like Manute Bol, it just kind of looks, but if you're like 6'2", that range, you're seen as a leader in this society, maybe even in the whole world. Okay. That's why a lot of them kind of gravitate toward the tall guys. But sometimes you don't have to have the height to represent that energy. It's all about what you got inside. At the end of the day, it's best for all men to just be a man. Do like I said, be a man of your word. Don't be a liar. Be dependable. Be strong. Be somebody that can lead and that uses logic and uses her brain. That's the best way to be, in my humble opinion. Some are going to be gifted with looks and some aren't. Some are gifted with height and some aren't. But at the end of the day, regardless of what your looks are, regardless of what, you still got to be that good person, that honorable person, that man on the inside. Not a little boy, not one of these alpha dogs that is a liar. And I'm going to add one last piece. A lot of guys have the looks of a man. They look good to women, but their mentality is that of a child. But they can still get some women because of their looks. Now, when you are not that appealing physically and you got the childlike mentality, all you're going to get is, oh, that's so nice. He's so handsome, but nothing sexual, because they don't see you as a leader or a man, which is a double negative. You got to choose a struggle. But that's pretty much all I got. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.